उसके ऊपर का
ねるさん、知らない人。ねるさん、can you hear us? ねるさん、can you hear me? What do you call? Okay. 顔からにする。どれですか？これ、このカメラ。これ。これをつける。誰だ、この人。知らない人。多分
レレさん。はい。うん。出てる。
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है।
हेलो 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 आ रहा है क्या साउंड आ रहा है
No, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And
Lily-san, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Mic test. Thank you very much.
Hi,
Yes, sir.
thank you very much. 1, 2, 3 for test.
Hi.
One, two, three, four. Testing.
अभी
1, 2,
अभी
3,
सही
4.
आया अभी अभी सही आया।
1 2 3 testing. 1 2 3 testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
I hope I'm audible. I'm trying my best to generate as much sound as I can with my.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the KLSM Crewing webinar. And before we start today's proceeding, let's have some briefing. So first of all of you, please keep your mic mute. Keep your camera switch off. You require only when you need to speak, okay? And when you have any question to ask to the presenter, please raise your hand. There is an option given in the menu, which you will find in the reactions. So once we see your reaction on the raise hand, we'll come back to you at the end of the presentation or during the question answer session, okay? Then next one is that if you have any problem with your PC, example, if you cannot see the presentation clearly, or if you're having a problem about your sound, please write the trouble message in the chat box and we will help you to solve your problem. And the last and the most important thing, that we want you to see a full screen. So in unable to see the full screen, you can see one contact, which is called Crewing Webinar 2021. You have to pin this contact to have a larger view. Now, in order to pin, you can see a 3 dots on the right hand side top of that window, 3 dots. Click that 3 dots and there will be a drop down menu. In the drop down menu, select the pin option. And these instructions are available already on the opening screen today. I think you all of have already changed to the larger mode. And if you're using the mobile camera, you just have to tap twice on the screen to get the full view. So I think you already set up for the webinar. So let's start now. I would like to welcome now our CEO and Managing Director, Captain Goel-san, to come and give the opening address. So Captain Goel-san, please come. Yeah.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Is it okay? Is it ready? The audio. Is this mic connected? You can speak. Okay, is it audible now? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So we are back online. Thank you very much, Captain Rele-san. So we have already explained how to go about this webinar, and all the participants will be familiar with how to go about attending this event. I am Captain S.K. Goel, and I extend a very warm welcome to all of you for this webinar, the second consecutive year that we are having to conduct our webinar instead of the usual seminar that we used to have until 2019. 2020, of course, is the year when Corona came and we had to switch to webinars. Technology has permitted such events to be organized and still continue our interaction with all of you. But of course, it is not as good as in a conference hall, having a personal interaction that we used to have in the seminar. So we still miss that. But then the present circumstances of COVID, this is the best that can be done, and which is the next best thing to do, have a proper seminar. Technology is developing all over the world very quickly, and this is one of the reasons why we have these events, to keep you updated with what's happening with the company. So thank you very much for sparing that time from your vacation to be with us in this event. We have a total of 67 of our pool members who have registered for this event until yesterday. So I hope today's number is more than that, but I cannot be sure until we have a report. So I'm thankful to all of you to devote your precious time for this vacation and attending this webinar. With 1.1 billion doses of vaccination already behind us in India, the vaccination drive still going strong, and booster shot of WHO approval of Covaxin for our country, the pandemic seems to be showing some signs of relenting, at least in India. Of course, there are some pockets which are still hot, and maybe they will also be under control very soon. So I'm very hopeful that 2022 will permit to have a regular seminar, and I look forward to such normalcy to return in our lives very soon. And I have a great pleasure to introduce our top management from Tokyo and from Singapore, as well as from Manila. As you can all see, their presence on the screen on your devices. Our President, Iwaki-san, Senior MD, Ogawara-san, Director, Captain Fukuda-san, Managing Director, Hasegawa-san, and so many other luminaries from KENE Tokyo. We have also Manager SPT, Captain Otsuda-san from K-Line. And we have Captain Okada-san, Managing Director from KLSM Singapore, as well as Captain Kanda-san from Manila, who are all attending this event and giving their precious time to be with us today. I welcome all of you, sir. We also have luminaries from both the offices, the Indian TSIs, MSIs, who are working in these offices abroad and doing their duties. So many other dignitaries who have spared time and be part of this event. I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I request now our President Iwaki-san to give us his address and declare this event open. So please welcome Iwaki-san. Thank you very much.
The video is not started. Relation, can you hear us? Relation, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. Very nice. No problem.
Okay, starting the video now.
Please start your video. Thank you. Yes, we can see clearly. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Goyar-san. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Iwaki, President of K-Line Energy Ship Management. Thank you for your attending online crewing seminar today. First, I would like to talk about the COVID-19. This global issue is about to reach 2 years. During this time, we have faced many difficulties like immigration restriction, including quarantine period for your boarding and disembarking. Our SI's business trip restriction to ships and the difficulty for dry dock attendance, suspended or postponed dry dock works due to suspected infection, office work restricted, and remote work at home enforced. Under such circumstance, we are very pleased that there were no infected persons on board, and that there was no significant impact on ship safety operation, like emergency disembarkation, due to thorough implementation of infection prevention measure by all of you. And I would like to thank some of you who are forced to board for a long time. Then now, the news report that the number of infected people is decreasing in both India and Japan. I believe that the vaccine effect and the improvement of everyone's health management and the awareness of infection control have contributed, though clear reasons are known. On the other hand, in Europe, the number of infected people is increasing again. Fortunately, it was hard that all of you have already been vaccinated. The development of oral medicine for COVID-19 is urgently needed, but we hope that it will be distributed soon so that people all over the world can regain a healthy daily life as soon as possible. And next, SIA program. We have held online global seminar focusing on only SIA program in last July, in which our seafarers of various nationalities have joined together. Then it was reported in our last office called quarterly management review meeting held in early November that SIA score was improved little by little in response to the SIA program seminar. I was very grateful to everyone for your effort to improve it. The result of SIA score is one of our users and charterers' criteria, whether they will use our ship from now on or continuously. So business impact of the SIA program inspection result is very big. That may result in higher contract termination and port entry restriction. Today, new SIA program, SIA 2.0, that is to become operational in 2022, will be introduced later. Until then, the current SIA program will continue to be updated and improved to incorporate the latest standard, best practice, and regulation. But please listen carefully and make use of it for future SIA measures. The next, environmental regulation are becoming more and more stringent in our world. EEXI, that is the emergency efficiency existing ship injection. That regulation applies to our ships, and we should mandatorily implement any countermeasures, such as engine power limitation, retrofitting, energy-saving device, etc. By the first IAPP annual survey on or after 1st January 2023. We have been just working with Ships Class Society and the K-Line head office. And K-Line announced that as a medium-term milestones of decarbonization, GHG emission in 2030, They have already set a 50% improvement compared to 2008 as their own goal. In near future, LNG and LPG fueled ships and various energy-saving technology introduced ships will appear. That is very challenging. But while collaborating between ship and office, we need to take on the challenge of difficult goals, achieving ship safety operation and continuous quality improvement in order to be ship management company of first choice for our customers. Then, from the recent accident and the safety near-miss report, I always ask at the pre-boarding briefing session, but please be aware of the following, which are the basic point and common sense. I really appreciate Indian's performance as a qualified professional, but I must touch. First one is always follow the alcohol management procedure with the record. Not only may it lead to financial loss, but it also may damage a reputation of the company and your ship. We contrast a safety culture that does not ignore everyone's unsafe behavior. Especially officers on bridge watch should always focus your attention on sharp lookouts. Never take your eyes off if there are any other ships, boat, or obstacles near your ship. And think again before taking any action. Discuss concretely beforehand as a team using toolbox meeting and risk assessment for avoiding human error. Last one is make effective use of Connect ship management software that was introduced in this year first, and try to correct accident and near-miss cases and implement case study properly, not only by the captain and the chief engineer, but also by everyone, so that we never cause the same thing to happen. In the end, hoping this time seminar program will be fruitful for the next year boarding. Then hoping you and your family good health and good luck. ありがとうございました for your attention.
Thank you very much, Iwaki-san. It was a very good opening speech, and thank you for showing us a good horizon for the oral medicine, which is coming soon. Also, we are very happy to know that our SIRE performance is going good. And now new SIRE 2.0 will be coming soon in the 2021, will be implemented from the 1st of April. And also thanks about the incident update and the precautions to be taken. So much elaborative speech from our president. So now our next speaker is Captain Fukuda-san, who is our director of KNE. So please welcome Captain Fukuda-san.
Hi, namaste. Good morning, everybody. I'm Captain Fukuda, I'm KNE director. Thank you very much for gathering today and attending this good seminar. And also, I want to say thank you very much for preparation, Mumbai side, Tokyo side, and everywhere in the world. Iwak-san also said under this critical situation of pandemic and epidemic of COVID-19 situation, please accept my deeply condolence if you have some lost life on your family members or relatives in your country. Very, very sad story. However, we have to challenge this critical situation in the world. Okay. Also, we management side want to say thank you very much. All seafarers for no big accident happened in past 2 years. Last one was the Genesee River case in the United States water 2019 May 10th. And also a container ship, mega container ship, Mackinac Bridge have aground at Hong Kong area, but KN fleet is not so big accident. It happened past 2 years. And also we much appreciate to all seafarers on boarding the vessel. The two long time no go shore. You cannot go shore, and also limited turnover time when you disembark or when you join in the vessel, and also sometimes a short hands between the port and port. Restricted, limited, not enough the turnover time is, but still you can maintain the safety operation. This is a remarkable point on our fleet. And also our fleet did not have any onboard infection except at dry dock side. That is some gray, not accurate analyzing, but result is result. Or except for that such a dry dock case, we don't have any infection on board the vessel. Caroline, I have a friend of the terminal working in the ex-Caroline staff. He said to me, the Caroline fleet is #1 of the maintain a good hygiene. So please maintain the clean and good hygiene circumstance on board the ship. Besides, due to many restrictions, crew change, everything has beginning must be also has a big end. Bright future is waiting for us. Okay, today is a limited time, and you can enjoy this seminar until tomorrow or tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. Only one topics I want to explain, taking this opportunity. Lere-san also well know the Shell partner in safety. Partner in safety. Everybody knows this partnership activity. This partner in safety member is something like a high-level management ship and also the high-quality ship operation. Not only the shore staff, but also the seafarers under the K-line. This is just a high status of in the world. you can have a pride of this status, and you can enjoy. Some obligation is that we have to maintain this good high quality. So yesterday I sent message to all vessels, all our fleet, regarding the PIS, partner in safety. You already know, and but please remind after you joining the vessel this program. Right. That's all. Finally, I want to say my happiness, your happiness is my happiness, and I want to see you on board the ship after wipe up the COVID-19. Thank you very much, and enjoy this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Fukuda-san. Thank you for giving us the information that we are #1 company for the making good hygiene on board. It is good pride for all our seafarers and the office staff as well. And also thank you very much for the giving us inside story of the Partners in Safety PIS program. So thank you very much. So now I would like to invite the next speaker. This is Captain Bhumik. He is our Navigation and CSO, and he is going to speak about the suspicious incident case of collision with a fishing boat. So please welcome Captain Bhumik-san.
Okay, yes. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and we welcome you for this. Can you hear me, Rele-san?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Very nice. You also see the presentation correctly.
Okay. Thank you very much for the confirmation, and I welcome everybody for this second session of the webinar this year. And it would have been nice if we could have met face to face, but this is another technology. At least we are in touch, and we are keeping up to date to our systems and the progress in the company. So like today, the topic which I have been given to speak about is about an alleged incident of a collision with a fishing vessel in South China Sea. So people who have signed off recently must have seen the safety alert from our end. So for the others who are on vacation, I'd like to have a small discussion on this part about this incident. So to briefly describe the incident, it was alleged that one of our managed vessels, when she was transiting MRCC, when she was transiting South China Sea, MRCC transmitted a report at 11 o'clock UTC on 8th of October that our vessel had collided with a fishing vessel and the vessel had sunk, and she requesting assistance. And then at around 1500 hours UTC, MRCC Wong Tau reported that all the persons of the fishing vessel were rescued and the fishing boat had sunk. So this was the two incidents. However, at that time, our vessel was very far away from that location on her way to discharge port. So this incident is still under investigation and also being asked about, inquired about by the oil majors, because since it has been transmitted by MRCC Wong Tau, MRCC, this is available on the Lloyd's emergency list. So every oil major gets a report immediately as soon as it is published on the Lloyd's list. So we have got a lot of inquiries from the oil majors about this incident. So it's an investigation. Once it's complete, we will share with safety alert. So just to give a brief explanation of the incident, this is the Red Cross is where the incident happened. It is like a vessel had come out of the Singapore Strait and she was on her way to China. And this is very close to the area where you have many fishing vessels also Vietnam, offshore drilling, and other traffic also coming or going to Singapore Channel. So this is an area where you get a lot of traffic, and VLCCs and other ships who are doing PG Japan can understand this area, the congestion it is there. However, just to move forward, the environmental condition on that day, it was good. It was visibility was great, 8 miles plus. There were only clouds available. Sea was moderate. The wind was about 22 knots. Temperature normal, 31 degrees. So what I mean to say here, that the weather condition was also perfect. I mean, nothing abnormal out of the situation, no TRS or anything. So keeping a lookout or visual lookout or maneuvering a vessel was not much of an issue. So just to discuss with you for this session, we would like to talk about the shortcomings which we noticed, because we carried out investigation through VDR analysis and also interview of the people. So I would like to discuss about the shortcomings which we noticed, and then we'll see, like, it is our intention so that improvement can be done and we don't face such situation in the future. So to discuss on the human elements, the first thing I would like to mention, at that point of time on the bridge, second officer was at con. The DTAB was not on bridge since daytime, and open sea, the master decided to put AB on deck. So he was assisting deck crew for some job, but close to the accommodation. And on bridge also there was another person, master was there, but he was doing his office work on the computer, and he was also there on the bridge. So in the VDR analysis, what we found, like, the non-destruction policy compliance was not so good outmentioned. So people, we could hear that they were talking among each other, and people coming and going out of bridge. Maybe this could have caused some sort of distraction. And also we could not verify the lookout, physical visual lookout was done correctly or not, because that cannot be recorded on the VDR. But the interview mentioned that they had kept a lookout visually, and they mentioned about the fishing vessels and all. So it was noted. Another small thing which we found was the communication, the VHF communication. Since the communication received on the VHF was in English, but it was spoken by Vietnamese, so the English was not clear. So it could not be easily understood what was being spoken, because non-native speaker, and the way they were rushing, we could not hear clearly on the VHF. So same situation on the bridge team also of the vessel, they could not understand what was being spoken. And also after some time, the pan was broadcasted. Again, same issue. Although the pan was made, but it was not properly understood because of the way it was being spoken on the VHF. Next drawback which we noticed was the radar management. We found that radar tuning was not appropriate. There was too much. Hello. Yeah, Relesan, anything?
No, please continue. It's okay.
Okay. I heard some voices. Okay. So the next thing about the radar management was, like, as we know, we should tune our radars properly. But in this case, we found on the video that the radar was not tuned properly. There was too much clutter up to 4 nautical mile, and anti-clutter was not optimized. The next thing was, like, the selection of radar. The X-band radar, which is for short-range scanning, was kept at 24 nautical mile, and S-band radar was kept at 12 nautical mile. And both the radars were kept on a single scanning mode, like single range, like 24 miles and 12 nautical mile. Later, S-band was reduced to 6 miles. Although there was traffic in the vicinity, like ships coming down, overtaken, or the fishing vessel, the inter-range scanning was not done. That is, like, the range was not increased or decreased to scan the area properly. Basically, the basic use of radar was not done properly. And also, the targets were not acquired also. Vessel depended more on the AIS. The S-band, the X-band radar was selected to display the AIS. And all the information available was from the AIS. No tracking on the radar. So one thing we know, and we all know, that AIS is not a proper anti-collision measures, and we cannot depend on it. Radar is there. We should use ARPA for such purposes. And we know that fishing vessels don't carry AIS. Although AIS was supposed to become one of the main equipment for collision avoidance, that was in the past. It was thought so, but it cannot be. We cannot depend on the AIS. So now, these were the major drawbacks, shortcomings which we noticed after the interview, and also after the VDI review and other class reports and all we found. So now to talk about the recommendations. Although we know, we keep on saying, keep clear of vessels, keep clear of fishing vessels, all those things we are well aware of. It is there in our SMS, in our procedures, and we are following it. But just to focus on the point, because this was an incident with a fishing vessel. So one of the most important point here is to identify the type of fishing activity. Each area has different type of fishing activities, and it is of utmost importance that the duty officer identify the type of fishing activity going on so that he can take early action to avoid a close quarter situation. If it is purse seine type of fishing, there will be two fishing boats. They look far apart, but they'll be having a fishing gear in between them. So if you try to pass close or pass through this, it will be a problem for the fishing vessel. The nets and all will come. Or towing line, the lines are sometimes quite at a longer distance. So if you just want to pass behind very close, again, that will be an issue. Maybe the fishing boat cannot cast off those lines easily, and she'll come into trouble. There are drift net fishing. Sometimes it is for quite a few miles also. They have buoys and small indicator buoys connected, and we come to see at a very last moment. So every area, if you are in these waters like Japan waters or South China Sea or Indonesia, you might see this type of fishing activity which I have put on the screen. But if you go to another area, like let's say Indian Ocean or let's say Europe side, they have different type of fishing, trawlers and all. So please be careful and understand the type of fishing activities. So that when you see such action, you can take early preemptive action to get clear of these fishing vessels. Next thing I would like to mention here is a vessel must keep high level of alertness when passing such areas where you have presence of fishing boats. So this goes without saying, and I'm repeating myself. We should keep lookout by all available means, that is physical, by equipment, and if necessary, we increase the number of people on the bridge. If you see fishing vessels, sometimes, they don't follow a clear pattern. It depends on their net, it depends on the fishing, depends on other factors. So it would be important, or we should consider increasing the number of lookout on the bridge. You should call back the AB. If the AB is working downstairs or somewhere, you should call him up on the bridge to keep a lookout. Next is, as per company policy, we always give a white berth. So always do that. And in case you receive any claim on a VHF or on EGC or on NAVTEX about such type of collision or such type of claim, immediately inform office for assistance. Sometimes this area also generates a lot of false claim. Maybe the fishing vessel had sunk before, and they're trying to get insurance claim or some sort of claim. They can make false claims such as this. So it is very important that you contact office immediately with all the evidence you have. Then, as I mentioned, the type of fishing. So keep a lookout for fishing buoys and nets. And a lot of times we say fishing, but a lot of times it can be piracy also. That also you have to take care. Like if you're passing close to piracy prone area, might look like a innocent fishing boat, but maybe possibility of piracy event also happening. So please be careful and try to give them as wide as berth as possible. And the last one is, of course, we have to act well in time so that we can respond and give a good response to such type of incident. One thing which we noticed among all this type of incidents, not only in our company, in the industry also, most of the time when this type of incident happened where there was a close quarter situation with the fishing vessel or a collision with a fishing vessel, there was only duty officer on the bridge. The AB was not there, keeping a lookout. So we'd like to mention here, like during the daytime, okay, our KLQSMS mentions that the AB can work If the situation is okay, visibility is good, open sea, no traffic, then master can determine the safety situation and he can ask AB, but give the work AB in close vicinity of the bridge, so that, you know, whenever required, he can immediately come up on the bridge for assistance. And he should not do work like where it can be distracted, like, you know, chipping or, you know, work going up on a mast, or where it will take time for him to respond, like come back on the bridge. Give him a work close by to the bridge and be on the walkie-talkie, so that as soon as called, he should be able to come on the bridge. No need to change, no need to, you know, miss out the communication. One ship for last year, I believe, the master raised NC because he tried to call AB, could not get the AB because he was shipping somewhere in the aft poop deck, so he could not hear the call from the duty officer. So he raised an NC for that, which is good. Like, you know, we are not following our procedures. So would appreciate all the masters and duty officers here to keep this in mind when you ask AB for a job. And do not hesitate to call for extra assistance when you need such, when the traffic is increasing, fishing traffic is increasing. And also, if I mention, like, you know, about the radar management, X-band is very important. X-band radar is for close range monitoring, and it is very important to manage this radar properly. Use it for close range scanning. Do not keep it at 24 miles. It's of no use. Like, you know, keep the Sierra S-band at a longer range, but X-band at a shorter range, and then fluctuate between, like, a shift between the ranges, 6 miles, 12 miles, so that you get a clear view, understand the situation, if necessary at a lower range, depending on the traffic situation. Tuning is, yes, I mean, the magnetron radars, it needs good tuning. And, you know, as we saw, this vessel had, like, there's too much of clutter, too much of sea present at 4 nautical mile range, means you are not seeing nothing. So try to use the tuning, rain, sea clutter, auto tune, all the facilities have to get a better picture. And also would like to mention here, now our company has agreed, and 3 of our vessels for the S-band, we have moved to SSD type. There is no magnetron. So when there is no magnetron, the number of false echoes reduces and the tuning and all becomes better. So that is a progress of our company, that as we change radar, we will consider installing SSD type radar on vessels. Presently, 3 LNG vessels in the dry dock, they have been changed. S-band has been changed. X-band, presently SSD radar is not yet available in the market. It's under trial, but we hope very soon it will be available. And also, not this time, but many times we have noticed the radars are kept on ground stabilized mode. That is for, you know, for collision avoidance. We all know water stabilized mode is the best option, and we should consider that. We should use that. So this will give you a better picture of the aspect of the opponent vessel. So please do not miss it out, because we have seen quite a few of our video analysis that it was not kept in the water stabilized mode when, you know, you're tweaking the collision avoidance actions. Now, we cannot end without analysis. So I found out some from one of the MAIB report from previous year, the number of accidents the fishing vessels are facing. And if you see from 1992 to 2000, this is excluding the machinery. Out of 100 vessels, 2 vessels are having, you know, a situation where they have come in contact or collision with other vessels, big vessels. So majority is machinery. If you see the second pie graph, the majority of the incident is machinery, 62. But other than that, collision and contact is a big one. The 6% is the collision and the contact with another vessel during, you know, fishing activity. So this is the one where we can help, we can keep clear, and because we care, we are seafarers, you know, we care for safety of lives at sea. So let's cherish our pride being a seafarer and continue with the good practice of seamanship and keep the sea safe, not only for us, for all the seamen and for all the people ashore waiting for them. So that is all I would like to say, and thank you very much for your time and for listening to me. If you have any questions, as Rele-san said, please put it in the chat box, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Rele-san, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bhumik-san. But I think we have time in hand, so we can put question answers if someone is interested to ask any question. Okay. If anyone having a question, please raise your hand. You can see a raise hand option at the bottom. So if someone wants to share a similar incident experience of the fishing vessel, they also can. We wait for another 1 minute for any questions to come up. You also can type your question at the chat box. Any masters in the audience wants to share some experience, please go ahead. Please raise your hand. Then we can put you on the screen.
Relesan, we cannot hear you. So thank you very much. I think we can take a break and come back for the next session.
Yes, correct. We can close the session now and let's come back. So
Relesan, you on mute. Relesan, you on mute.
No, it's yeah.
Please repeat one more time.
Yeah, okay. Now we will end this session for the women. Yeah, let's come back after the tea. So for Indian time, we'll meet at about 10:40 Indian time. And for Japan time, we will meet at 14:10. Okay, so let's start again. So our next speaker is Captain Morohara-san, who is our group leader for QCG and DPA. He is going to present on the KLQSMS simplification and reduction update. So please welcome Captain Morohara. Morohara-san, can you unmute yourself? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Neri-san, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Very good.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Captain Morohara, taking the DPA in the KNA office. Okay, and then, yeah, thank you very much for attending today's seminar. And also, thank you very much for the KLSM Mumbai staff and also the KNA Tokyo crewing staff. So give me this kind of opportunity to have a presentation in the Indian crew seminar. Thank you very much. I'm really happy today. Okay. Then, so as Captain Neri-san said, so I will have a presentation to talk about SMS manual simplification project. Okay. So let me share the screen. Just a moment. I think you can see it. Neri-san, can you see?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. So yeah, now I will start the presentation. Okay. So the KLQSM simplification project. Okay. Then so today I will share with you the updated status as of the November 2021. Then I think some of you already know that KNA Tokyo has started the working on the simplification of the SMS manual from last year. I think last Indian seminar in last year, I had this presentation. Okay, and then yeah, so since the volume of the SMS manual is quite a lot, and also it's kind of difficult task, difficult challenges for us to make it simplified. So it's still working on it. I suppose, that this August, we complete this project, but unfortunately, the target date is kind of extended. Okay. But anyway, so I will give you the update, present status, and also show you some kind of sample or some draft of the simplified SMS manual. I hope this presentation giving you good impression to the new SMS manual. I hope. Okay, so let's start my presentation. Okay, at first, yes. So the problem of the present manual, why KNA Tokyo has started working on the simplified the SMS manual. Okay, I think I don't need to explain to you because you know already. Okay, so this is these three the main kind of problems. Okay, on the present SMS manual. The first one is hard to read. It's kind of long sentences with the difficult words. I think the Indian seafarers is okay because you are good at English, but our seafarers, there are some nationalities, not only the Indians, like Japanese, Indonesian, Filipino, Croatian, so multiple nationalities working on our vessels. So that means if we use a difficult word or like a complicated kind of sentences in the SMS manual, sometimes it's really difficult to understand what SMS manual is saying. This is the first problem. The second one is hard to find the information what you need. Okay, so the volume of SMS manual, okay, from A, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, then blah blah blah, then until November now. November, it might you don't know, but November we have a manual for the LNG bunkering vessel. and company manual Z plus Y forms. Okay, so total pages more than 1,500 pages. It's quite a huge manual right now. And also, honestly speaking, the structure-wise, it's kind of difficult to find the information because information is kind of spread out to the all manuals. Okay, so that means even though you try to find out some information related to maintenance, sometimes it's mentioned in the B manual. Sometimes it's mentioned on the K manual. So not only the I manual. So that means it's quite difficult to find out the exact information you need. Okay, so that's the second problem. Okay, the third one is a kind of, yes, too complicated to follow. It's, present SMS manual established in the 2007. Since then, more than 15 years, 15 years, to keep updating the SMS manual as we got observation from the SIA inspection or TMSA office audit. Then, in the end, our SMS manual is quite big ones. And also the structure-wise, it's not too easy to follow. That means, unfortunately, it's becoming kind of complicated manuals on hand right now. Okay, so then, mainly these 3 points we need to, focusing on, and also the fix these problems. That's a kind of, the reason. So we started this project, simplified SMS manual. Okay. Then, so this is a concept of this project. Okay. So easy to read, easy to find, easy to follow. Think readers, users first. Okay. This is our, the principle, the concept of this simplification project. But honestly speaking, easy to say, difficult to do. That's why it takes much time right now. Okay, so, but, the QCG members and also other MSI, TSI, so they are, joining this project. So far, 16 writers are working on this project. And then so they are, try to simplify the SMS manual while they have their own job. Okay, so anyway, so this is a concept of this simplification project. Okay, and then next one. Okay. As I said, this is a quite difficult task for us. So that's why we hired the consultant, SMS consultant. Their name is Roboy Consulting Services. Okay, so they are from the airplane industry. Then so they are also the business with the shipping company right now. And then so from the last year, more than 1 year, so we are discussing with them, and then so try to simplify our SMS manual right now. Okay, so might be you already know their name because the last year I put their article on the QSHE bulletin as well. Might be some of you read this article. Okay, but they have their established their own kind of method. Then I think their method is kind of matching with our the target. That's why so we hire them. Okay. Hi. Okay. Then okay, so then so from here so I will talk about the style, what's the kind of new SMS manual. Okay. Then so also from now so I will show you the sample or example or our draft of the new SMS manual. Okay. Then okay, so there are the 2 points on this new SMS manual. Okay, so first one is the step procedures and the checklist. Okay, so this step procedure, this is kind of new feature. Okay, the next page I will give you some explanation about the step procedures. Okay, and also the checklist. Okay, so checklist is also, so we are working on it. That means we have a Y-form system. Okay, you know how many Y-forms there in the present manual? More than 200. So I think total 243 Y-forms in our SMS manual. Okay, this Y-form is also in the scope of this project. So that means, so we will try to simplify all Y-forms with this Roboid method, or if it's not like matching with the Roboid style, so we will shift to connect, or we shift to calm, or shift to somewhere else. Okay, so that means, so our target is the normal Y-forms after installing this new SMS manual. Okay, but this is also kind of challenging and a big project right now. Okay, but this is a step procedure and checklist. Yes, I'll show you later. Okay, and prose text with plain language. So our SMS manual, yes, half of them are something like I mentioned about handling manual, like operation manual. But half of our SMS manual is talking about our policy, rules, or something like a textbook mentioning about cargo details or some kind of knowledge. Okay, so that means our SMS manual have two functions right now. Okay, the mainly like a text part, like a policy part, like policy text and rule, those parts mainly, so we described in that prose text. But our prose text is like too many kind of filler word. Filler word meaning the word which has no meaning. Filler words or like difficult, like academic words. Okay, so this purpose is try to replace those words with the plain word, plain languages. So that means so make it kind of easy sentences to read. Okay, so this is a kind of second point. Okay, so then here, step procedures. Okay, so this is an example that Roboy gave me when we started this project. Okay, so here, so he mentioned like an old example. Okay, so this is the kind of seems like our present SMS manual. Okay, so this is describing about tube bending and cutting. And here mentioning like procedures. Okay, cutting of tubes, blah 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 blah. Okay, so here is this prose text mentioning the procedures, but it's kind of difficult to capture what you should do from this plain text because you need to read everything first. Okay, so that means take a one look, you cannot get any information, or you cannot capture what the procedure you need to follow. Okay, then so this is the style we name it step procedure. Okay, so this is clearly mentioned with plain language, shorter sentences. Okay, so this is goes also and catchy the sentences words here. Okay, so mentioning about the tube bending and the cutting procedures. Okay, then you just follow this procedure. Then so you can do that job without any deviation. Okay, so this one we need to read everything, and then so you write down. I mean, you need to capture by yourself what's the procedure. But this one, yes, it's clearly mentioned, and also the in order, in sequential ways. Okay, so you just follow this procedure. So this is quite easy to see, easy to understand, easy to capture what's the procedure you need to follow. Okay, so then this is the just a moment. This is a yes. So show you the example. Okay, this is a G manual. G04 navigation
a navigational watch keeping. Okay, I think this is a kind of typical one. That's why. So I bring in. Okay, so this is a more final draft. Okay, then I'll show you step procedures. Just a moment. Yes, here. Okay, make it bigger.
Box.
これか。
Box,
はい。
box, box. No, no.
Huh?
Full screen. Box.
Full screen is better.
120. 120.
Just a moment.
One.
One more. Hi. Okay, so this is the step procedure for the navigation watch transfer. Okay, so then here, as I'm mentioning, the who should follow this, who shall follow, this procedure. Okay, and then from the top to bottom, just follow this process, this procedure to transfer the navigation watch. Okay, so let's see. Check the master's orders book, and the next second is do the alcohol test. Third is discuss the bridge engine manning level, but something like that. From top to bottom, just follow those kind of processes. Okay, so this is quite standardized and also the easy to follow, easy to read. Okay, so whenever the officers have a question, what he should do for the transfer the navigation watch, he just follow this procedure. No need to read any kind of sentences. No need to look for the information among the SMS manual. Okay, just come to the step procedure, then just follow it. Okay, then so you can, the transfer the navigation watch. You can take over the watch from the previous watch officer without any fail. Okay, so this is quite simple language and they clearly mentioned what you should do. Okay, so of course, the navigation transfer, there are so many items the officers should do. So that's why it's kind of, the long procedures, but it's quite easy to read, easy to capture. Okay, so this is the concept of the step procedure. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, so simplified checklist. Okay, so I think might be some of you already have experience to use the smart checklist on board. So, last September, middle of September, we released the smart checklist to the all fleet from the work permit system. Okay, so yeah, so might be some of you have an idea for what's the kind of simplified checklist or smart checklist, but yes, I will show you the sample from now. Okay, so at first simplified checklist. Okay, so as I mentioned, Y-form is also within the scope of this project. Okay, that's why. So the QCG and also the other MSI, TSI is working on the Y-form. Try to simplify it right now. Okay, then I'll show you the example. Okay, so then this is the same navigation watch transfer procedures. Okay, then here after the procedure, this one navigational watch transfer checklist. Okay, so this is the checklist for the navigation watch transfer. Okay, so might be the officers or captains, you already noticed this is a totally different format from the Y-form. Okay, so this is the new checklist for the navigation watch transfer. Okay, not only the navigation watch transfer, for the another checklist also basically changed to this style. Okay, quite a simple one. For example, like a master's order book. Yes, the check signed and then checkbox here. Alcohol test for the relieving watch keepers. Yes, check here. So here is a kind of items and then actions mentioned here. Okay, and then so the users meaning like officers, engineers, to check the status of your job or your activities with this checklist. This is quite a simplified one. No need to put any additional information or
not kind of deviated to the somewhere else, just from the top to bottom. Okay, and then so the clearly mentioned what you should do. Then so what you've done. Okay, so this is a kind of simplified checklist. Okay, of course, if you have any questions or if you have any doubt, you can back to step procedure. Here is a kind of supportive information. Okay, why you should do those, the action. Okay, so that this step procedure and the checklist is kind of the body. The together. Okay, behind the checklist, here is a step procedure. Okay, if there is a step procedure, yes, so most probably here is a checklist. Okay, but this is a kind of, have a good collaboration. Okay, and then I'll show you the smart checklist also. 吉永さん、じゃあ、アプリから。はい。But I have another 10 minutes. Okay. Hi. Okay, so this is, the Surface tablet. Okay, then, so we recommend you to use the smart checklist on the Surface tablet. Okay, then so I will double click on the application. And then once you double click on the application, the dashboard is pop up. Okay, and then so please select working hours. Yes, and then so select the checklist to the permit to work. Right. Then select the working hours. Yes. Then so once you double click on the working hours, yes. So this is the smart checklist. Okay. Then so we try to eliminate the unnecessary typing in the the boxes like a ship's name or permit work number. Those ones can automatically pop up here. Okay. And then so okay. Then type of work is allowed. Okay. And then location workで55段。Okay, stop here. Hi. Okay. Then as I mentioned, so we will introduce a simplified checklist. So that means here, okay, so the questions, it's quite a simple word. Okay, like a container bucket for the carrying tools, then ready or not applicable. Okay, so it's quite simple word in the questions. And then so you check the status, what you done. Okay, and then if you have some doubt, so here is the information box. You click information. Yes. If you click the information, some kind of supportive information is comes. Hopefully, your doubt will be satisfied with this information. But anyway, so, not only the simplified one, we also have some kind of information here. Okay, so this is a kind of advantage of using the technology. Okay, so these applications. Okay, then this one is from top to bottom, just one way. Okay, and then to check the all activities you should or items you need to confirm, and then so in the end, so you can put the signature if everything in good order. Okay, yeah, like this one. Hi. Okay, so this is a smart checklist. Actually, this is already in place. Then so many seafarers on board, more vessels using this one, and then so from now on, so we will release a smart checklist. So far, it's only the work permit system only, but from might be the December or January, we will start releasing the like a navigation, like engine rooms, and also some cargo related one. Yes, so we will release the smart checklist. Okay, from December or first quarter 2022. Okay. じゃあ、吉永さん、ありがとう。Thank you. Okay. Then, so next one. Okay, the pros text part. I'm just to show you. Okay. The example. This is the, present SMS manual on Connect. This is a B01. Okay, as I mentioned, yes, this is quite informative. So many information, but in the huge plain text. Huge kind of prose text. Then it's very hard to read, hard to find the information. Then So after the simplification, so this one, moving one is a simplified one. Okay, so we are using the colors and the graphs, the tables, and also the bullet points, and also the eliminate the any filler word. That means contents and the quality of the information is that both are same, but we change the way of the writing. So then so we can, simplify, kind of dieting the amount of the volume on the prose text. So I hope this is kind of helpful for you to read, to find out the information. Okay. And also we are reviewing the structure of the each manual. So that means, from the operator, user's point of view. So we change the structure right now. So that means I think this also approach will help you to use the SMS manual effectively, and also improve your work productivity on board. Okay, and also we are using the coloring like a caution or note. Okay, and also, taking the advantage of the electronic one, you can jump to section. Okay, so that means that we are also arranging the linking to the some other manual. So I think this is quite helpful for you. Okay. Hi. But this is the plain text part. So that means, so we will, once we are ready, our draft, so we will shift it to the connect and then to release it to you. Okay. So this is a plain text part. Okay. Yeah. Then my presentation come to end. Okay. The last one is the most important, schedule. Okay. Then, as I mentioned, so we try to complete the simplified by end of this year. And then, so after that, shifting to the connect. And then, so I'd like to release them to you in first quarter 2022. Okay. Then, of course, suddenly change all manuals without any transition period. It will give you the big problem on board. So I will put like a transition period, 2 to 3 months. And also, I'm planning to divide the introduction into the 2 or 3 phases. Okay, so that means gradually we will shift to new SMS manual. Okay, that's a kind of my plan. But QCG is under study right now, how we introduce this manual. So yeah, once we have a kind of concrete plan, I will let you know. Okay. Hi. So then here, now collaborate with the Connect. Yes, as I mentioned, yes, we will release the new SMS manual on the Connect, and also we will shift Y-form to Connect Smart Checklist or some other like a system CALM. Then so in the end, so no more Y-forms. Then so we will use the new system for the checklist as well. Hi, that's all my presentation. So
Thank you,
any
Murasan.
questions? Hi.
Okay, if anyone has a question, please raise your hand using the option.
Hi. Okay. Hi. Seems no question. Thank you very much.
Looks like everybody is over satisfied with your presentation.
Thank you very much.
Coming.
Yeah.
KLQSMS upgradation, they're very happy. Okay, so let's look for the next speaker. Our next speaker is Captain Prerit Awasthi-san from the QCG group. He's going to give you update on the connects and what are the next modules coming in the connects. So please welcome Captain Prerit-san.
Screen to share. नीचे view.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I think, yeah, good morning. So good to see you all, see your names in the list. So basically, you can see me. So yeah, it's a good thing to meet with you all. Yeah, at least discuss something with you all. And could have been better.
Preston, can you switch on your camera, please?
Okay.
Yes, we can see you now.
Okay, let me know when you can see my okay now.
Yes, presentation is visible now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for this platform for sharing our ideas. And it could have been better if we were meeting in person and I could see everyone. Like, most of them are fellow seafarers, seniors, juniors. So moving further, let me start with my presentation on Connect. So it is not a presentation, it's more like a information sharing. And just to share the idea why we started this one. So I think most of you have recently signed off 1 or 2, 3 months. So you have seen the Connect. So we just want to again discuss why we started this. No, because for this project, it is not that it started in January and it is going to end November or December, like module will finish. This will go on. It will go on for years. We have long way to go. It's like we have just started our journey and we have to cover still a lot of milestones. And that journey cannot be completed without you. So that is why I just want to build some confidence in myself by sharing to you. So this is Connect is basically what we see is convenience to compliance. So I think compliance, everybody know, yes. As a seafarer, we are always subject to the compliance. Okay, you have to comply by SMS procedure, you have to comply by SOLAS, you have to comply by MARPOL, you have to comply by charter owner. So every time it is compliance, compliance, compliance. So somehow we sail on board just to comply something. But there is some gap because ship is run by the people, humans, not main engine. Main engine don't run the ship. We run the ship. And convenience or user friendliness or human centric. If OCIMF terminology, human centric. My terminology, convenience. If it is not convenient, it cannot be complied because you cannot push yourself for long time. You can do it for 1 day, you can do it for 2 days, but you cannot complete 6 months contract. Every day you do one thing just to comply something. So it should be in our work practice. So that is we want to understand why it is convenience. So basically the convenience is to compliance is to find most practical way, most simple way to achieve the compliance. Like lifeboat lowering is every vessel should lower the lifeboat once in 3 months. it is once in 3 months because it is convenient. If it is once in a week, obviously no vessel can do the job and it will not achieve anything. So 3 months, 3-month interval for lowering the lifeboat is sufficient. Is just sufficient to train your crew, is just sufficient to check that your lifeboat David is in order, and it's also possible for vessel to achieve, because either you are on the Cape, Cape size vessel or VLCC, at least once in a 3 months you will get some anchorage. But if it is once in a month, you may have to lower your lifeboat in mid-Atlantic Ocean. So what will happen? Yeah, so that we will discuss. So same night patrol, oil tanker, gas tanker, we have to do night patrol. So night patrol after the watch, 4-hour interval. It is convenient, so we can comply. After your watch, third officer can go. Suppose it is 3 hours. Every 3 hours you have to do night patrol. Then you have to wake up second officer at 11 o'clock. He will take the round. He will go to sleep, or he will sit in the coffee room. It will not be convenient. So if it is convenient, so that also we will discuss. Right. Next, so what is compliance? What industry wants basically from us, like record keeping perspective. So data filing, you have to fill the data to perform the job or after the job, like management committee meeting, before the job, checklist, company reporting, safety awareness, near miss, accident report, so many forms. You have to not only fill it, use it and throw it. No, you have to store it for the future. Someone want to see, company, SI, charterer, owner. Communication, it should be communicated. So not only within the vessel, sometimes you have to send it to office, special work permit, near miss. So that also there, many risk assessment, many things you have to communicate. Knowledge and guidance. So that forms are not just like a basic, a plain sheet. You write whatever you want. You should have knowledge. Like if you want to fill the near miss form, you should know what is the basic action, what is the basic cost. So you need a knowledge. Precise with time. You have to do within that time frame. Like by month end, you complete the near miss. By month end, you complete the safety committee. Before the job, you do the checklist. Something like so. Time is a factor. Time is an important factor. Verification. So not someone will see that, someone will question also. During SIRE, vetting inspector may ask master, okay, when you filled the near miss, what was the background? When you filled this accident report, did you do incident investigation? So something like verification. So this is what is compliance, is all, not all about, just from the document record keeping perspective. What is the convenience? Means what we have, hectic schedule. Port calls, navigation watches, maintenance job, human interface, nationalities, languages, way of thinking, attitude, behavior. Some are sincere, some are non-sincere. Some are good in leadership, some are okay. So this is what we have, different type of people. Some are very prompt, some are so this. We cannot avoid that. In your team, this is possible. Dynamic staff. Even you have someone person who is not very well in response, you train him for 3 months, then he signs off. You have another person. Then you have to train that person also. So dynamic staff. Limited skills. What is skills? New officers, not experienced. You have to train them. So that is the practical thing. What happened? Insufficient IT resources. Even we demand so many from the vessel, but vessel sometimes struggling with Excel sheet not opening, cannot able to save, thin client not working, VSAT poor. I am ready with the special work permit, but VSAT not there, backup system not working, satellite out of coverage. This is there. So this problem is not there with the office culture, but ship, yes, it is there. Most important is individualistic approach. I'm not able to speak properly. So this word. So basically everyone have their own way to understand. Even we draw the procedures, big paragraph, everyone, they understand in their way. And I think it's completely normal. Not everyone feels equally. It depends how, the experience, the knowledge, the culture in your nationality and everything. So everyone have their individualistic approach. Someone say, okay, it's okay. Month end means, yeah, you can submit the document by 7th. Some are like 1st November 08 or 00 hours. My safety meeting should go to office. So this is like individual behavior, and nobody could question that, and nobody can judge that. So it is perfectly normal. What happens? This is what result. So ultimately, everyone is pushing. So compliance is pushing to convenience, and convenience is pushing to compliance. And the result is it creates huge gap. And over the period, because 30 years back, there was one only SOLAS was there. Then ISM came, then company SMS came, then OCIMF came, then SIG2 came, MLC came. And this gap is increasing day by day. What happened? Like this compliance is because of procedures, requirements. What came first? Like basic question, murgi pehle aayi ki anda pehle aaya? So what came first? Like procedure came first or the practices came first? I think practices came first. When first we started the navigation, first we started the oil tanker loading, first we started the container loading, then we had some incidents, then we fine-tuned our procedure, fine-tuned our practices, and finally when they were sufficient enough, we